This is not food, but it is what we feed to kids in America. I was in America for 3 months, and this is the food we got given for breakfast. Breakfast, the most important meal of the day. This is the aisle for breakfast. It is outrageous. This is the ingredient list that they're ingesting first thing in the morning. Within about like an hour of waking up, this is what they're putting into their body. Loads of like seed oils and everything and sugar, but they've got a ton of artificial dyes in there, like red 40, blue 1, yellow 5. They were the main ones. It is outrageous what we get given. We got, oh my God, we got given donuts and fat-free chocolate milk for breakfast more than once. And it's like, what the hell? Firstly, it's crazy that they're giving them donuts for breakfast, but they decided to take the fat out of the milk. Like when I was in America, I was there for 3 months at this like camp, this kids camp, and I was like one of the staff members, and they had no fat in any of the milk, and that is the only piece of nutrition there. That is where you get all of the nutrition, in the fat. And that's what they remove. It's like, bro, fat isn't making you fat. This is what makes you fat and unhealthy and die at the age of 50. This is causing all the diseases. Like, look at that. And I stayed strong to begin with. I was like, no, I'm going to do good. I'm going to do good. But eventually, the only nutritious thing there they had was like powdered eggs. And I ended up giving up, and it made me look horrible and feel horrible. And now that I'm back home, now that I'm eating properly, I feel way better, surprisingly. Wow. But yeah, it's so, like, even for me, I never, ever would have thought I'd go back to this type of food. Never, ever in a million years. And I did, because it was so difficult to resist it. It's so addicting. Once you have like I remember we used to have like these cups, and I just fill it with like some cereal or something, and I'd eat like 3 Fruit Loops, and within 2 seconds of eating that, I'd already eaten a whole nother tub. Then I get another one, then I get another one. It's so hard to stay consistent when you've got this food. Like, imagine walking down an aisle and you see that. Like, it's just not fair. And this is how they start their day. Like, if we look at the stuff here, it's got like 12 grams of sugar. It's not actually that bad in terms of sugar, but it's got 2 grams of protein. Like, that's not gonna keep you satiated. 0.5 gram of fat. That's the only nutritious thing. No vitamins, no nutrition. I know it says it has added stuff, but it's not. You can't absorb it in the way that you can with proper like animal-based food. And it's got short-term energy. So you'll get like a massive, massive blood sugar spike, and then it will just drop again. And then you'll be tired. So the kids are like rowdy and crazy, and then you're tired again. Then they're just knocked out. So it's just ridiculous that we're feeding these kids this. And this is an unpopular opinion, but this is what I think causes ADHD. So they get given, even like in the UK and everything, they get given terrible food to begin with, sugary cereal. Like even at lunch and stuff, we're supposed to be fed good food at lunch, and instead we get given like fizzy drinks and chocolate cakes and brownies and stuff. That's what we used to get in the canteen at school. And we'd eat that, and then 4th period, the kids would be just bouncing off the walls. That's what the teachers say, bouncing off the walls. And I wonder why. They're getting a massive blood sugar spike, and then, first of all, they're messing around and just like laughing and joking with their friends, and then that blood sugar goes down, and then they crash, and 5th period, they don't involve at all. They're not on point, they're not listening to the teacher, everything like that. And then because they're having this all messing up, like their attention span and everything, and their energy is going up and down, that is when people say, oh, we might have ADHD. And then they get prescribed medication, and that messes up their hormones, and it's just a terrible cycle. And it's because we are getting fed foods like this. That is why. It's just not good. This was my breakfast in the UK. Like, compared to America, it's not as bad, obviously, but it's still not great. And they just draw you in with things like, oh, vitamin D and iron and whole grain, even though you can't absorb any of that, and whole grain, you don't even need it. It's just terrible. I was eating this, and no wonder I couldn't focus in school, right? However, when I started the gym, I thought, oh, I need to take my health a little bit more seriously. I cut out all of the junk food, just all of the junk food, and I was left with the gym diet. You know, things like bagels and just things like that are supposed to put on weight, and they've got protein and carbs and stuff, but when you really look at the nutrition, there's nothing in it. Like, this is void of nutrients. It's got zero nutritional value. Sure, it's got whole grain, but you don't need that. It's not designed for humans. It's not got any of the fat-soluble vitamins, oh my God, I'm turning American. And it's got the milk is the only good thing here, right? But I would eat at least 3 servings of this a day. I thought I was being healthy by eating this whole grain thing for breakfast, but then I started eating more and more. You know, I'd eat like one at like lunchtime or something, then I'd eat one at the end of the day and whatever. I'd just eat loads of cereal. And I thought I was being healthy because, you know, Weetabix is a great way to start your day, right? Who's had their Weetabix? And this is how I looked. I did track my calories, I did track my macros, I make sure I was getting all the right stuff, but it just made me fat and bloated. This was like 4 years in, I can't remember. Like, look at me. How ill do I look? It's just... And I believe breakfast, I don't even believe, breakfast is a scam. Break fast. You're not supposed to break the fast, that's the point. When we were hunter-gatherers, or just hunters, apex predators we would go out in the morning, and we didn't have any food. So what would we do? We'd go out, hunt, kill something, an animal, like a deer or a boar, something like that. Bring it back. Meat, by the way, we wouldn't go out and get, I don't know, just some like green smoothie or something. We'd bring back an animal for the pack to eat. We'd bring it back, and at the end of the day, maybe we'd eat it raw, maybe we'd cook it, and we'd just eat it, right? Simple as. We'd eat maybe 1 meal a day, possibly 2 if we were really lucky, and we wouldn't come across things like, I mean, nuts and seeds, we wouldn't be able to eat any of them because most of them are poisonous. Vegetables, of course, they're all poisonous. And then fruits, the ones that were available seasonally, they had like loads of seeds in. Like if you go and look at like an original banana or original strawberry or anything, there's barely any fruit in it, so we wouldn't get much. So 90% of our, this is by stable isotope studies of, I think it's like the long bone formations of humans, something like that. It's like a massive graveyard. Like they found millions and millions of like humans and their bones, and they measured them by stable isotope studies and said that 90% of humans, or 90% of the diet of humans was meat. And that was a good breakfast. It would break our fast at the end of the day, not at the beginning, because that makes you slow. Even if you eat meat, whatever you eat will affect you because your body is digesting it. It's the biggest process in your body. So if you're doing that throughout the day, like people do when they go to the gym, like I did when I go to the gym, when I used to, well, I mean, I still do go to the gym, but when I was eating the gym diet, I would eat loads of food all like around the clock, just across the entire day. And I just always feel like, ooh, like highs of energy, then lows of energy, sugar crashes, everything like that. And so we're supposed to eat at the end of the day. I think about 4 o'clock is peak time. Obviously, I'm not expecting you to go straight to one meal a day, but I intend to do that eventually. But currently I eat about 2 to 3 times, preferably 2, maybe 3. And that way I don't just affect everything. Like it's 10 past 10, I've been up since 6 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet and I'm not even hungry, right? I'm gonna start getting hungry soon, and because nothing's messing up my hunger signaling, like I've not got loads of like sugar and everything messing up my insulin, messing up my leptin and ghrelin, story for another day. That is not messing up my hunger signaling, meaning that I can listen to when I'm hungry. So once I've finished this video, I reckon I'll be hungry. And I'll be like, okay, I want to eat. Well, I'll go and eat then. Compared to when you're eating these foods, you don't know when you're hungry. You can't believe your body because it spikes your insulin and everything. Right, okay, so ghrelin, it makes you hungry, and leptin makes you feel full. Leptin is blocked by insulin, so when insulin goes up, so when you eat sugar and carbs, your insulin goes up, and that blocks leptin from being, excreted, that's not the word, released. It stops it from being released, and so you don't know when you're hungry. You can't believe yourself. You can't believe yourself. You can't trust your body. So this is why you get in fact, I think I'll talk about this in a second. Yeah. So I'll talk about it in a second, but essentially we could just stuff ourselves full of sugar. That's the whole point. That's what breakfast is. Shove like foods of like porridge and oats and all this stuff just to give us energy for the day, where really it just goes up and comes straight back down again. I mean, I know porridge extends throughout the day, but there's no nutrition in it. It's void of anything. So we're not actually giving ourselves proper energy. like who actually eats a nutritious breakfast like this. I know this looks outrageous. I'll show you what it is later, but I know this looks outrageous, but this is what I eat, and it's so good. It tastes so good. And then I don't need to eat until I've eaten this at 10 o'clock before and haven't eaten until 7 p.m. and I wasn't even hungry, and my energy was perfect throughout the day. I kid you not. It's like unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But who actually, like you probably don't, who actually eats a nutritious breakfast? Like, you may think this is nutritious, it's not. You may think like toasted avocado is nutritious, it's not. Who eats meat for breakfast? Animal products for breakfast? Nobody, right? I mean, sure, you might have some bacon, but it's not real bacon. Actual meat for breakfast. Like, you couldn't imagine eating a steak for breakfast. And that's because you don't really feel like eating that meat, right? You don't feel like eating that steak in the morning. But later on, you really do feel like it. And that's because we're supposed to eat it later on. Like, we can eat it now, sure, but we don't really want to. We want to eat it later. And that signifies, like, that implies that our body wants to do something in the morning, get it done with, and then eat later. It's just like natural instinct. And we're just ignoring it because of all these sugar companies. So yeah, your carb spikes your insulin, blah, 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 you get a crash. Oh yeah, I actually did explain this, sorry. Blocks leptin. So hunger is when your leptin is low. Yes, your leptin is low and your ghrelin is high. And then when your ghrelin is low and your leptin is high, that is when you are full. So you want your leptin sensitivity to be correct. But insulin messes that up, making you hungry again. Oh, I should have just shown all of these. This is really good. So when there's no leptin signal, you're hungry. When there is a leptin signal, you're not hungry. But obviously insulin blocks leptin, and so you buy more. Perhaps you, for example, you eat loads and you don't know when to stop. When it gets to, in fact, I'll rephrase that a little bit better. So we eat this terrible food like Weetabix or like Shreddies or something. We eat loads of it and we think we've got like loads of energy, but then we crash back down and we're hungry again because the leptin has been blocked. We're hungry, so when it gets to lunchtime, we buy more food. We just need to buy more food. Like, oh God, I need to have lunch today. You know, I'm starving. You're not. You just don't know if your body is starving or not because the leptin is to be released. Leptin is very important. Whereas me, I could go for hours and hours and hours a day without eating. It wouldn't really bother me that much because I'm eating real food. But yeah, this was me. I was eating 3,600 calories just to put on weight. And I'm not just saying this like people have said this before. Yeah, but like 3,600 calories, of course that'll make you fat. I couldn't put on weight until I ate at least 3,600 calories. 3,600. I was like 60 kg at this point. What's that in pounds? I don't know, like 130 pounds, something like that. I was very, very light. And I had to eat this much food just to put on weight, and this is how it made me look. I was eating 6 times a day. As I said, I was going round the clock. And so I just had brain fog and energy crashes all the time. Brain fog is when you just like can't really think straight. You know, you're like trying to think of something and you're like, oh God, what was that? I can't remember. That all the time because your body is focused on digesting, not on your brain function. And energy crashes, as I said, initially it's about blah, 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 up and down, up and down. And I had a ton of nutrient deficiencies because I wasn't really eating anything. My mum was making good like meals. She would make things like salmon and fish and whatever. That was really good. I did need that, otherwise I probably would have perished long ago. And I wasn't getting enough of the complete proteins because I was getting my proteins from non-animal sources. I mean, I was drinking a lot of milk, which was good, but I was eating like bagels with plant protein, pea protein, and like protein shakes. And I mean, yes, it's just waste protein and it's like triple the price. You might as well just drink milk. But yeah, I wasn't getting enough protein. I thought I was tracking my calories and my macros and stuff, but I wasn't actually getting the right amount of protein because I was getting it from stuff like bread and wheat and grains, which you can't absorb. Now I eat animal, yeah, look at me. I eat animal foods and I eat, as I said, like 2 to 3 times a day max. And it makes me look the best, it makes me feel the best, it's just phenomenal. I have 0 energy crashes, as I said, and 0 nutrient deficiencies. So I'll show you, yeah, this is what I was eating before. So I would eat this and think, So the meal that you looked before that looked disgusting, I have like about 3/4 of this beef mince and a banana and 3 dates and then some Graham's A2 milk with it. And oh my God, it tastes so good. It's so unbelievable. I'm looking forward to it now. When I was eating anything else, it'd be like, oh yeah, I guess I can, apart from cereal, because cereal tastes good. But when I was just eating like normal meat, you know, I was just eating meat and eggs in the morning, I didn't really want to eat it because, you know, I was hungry, but I didn't really want to eat it. But now that I've made this combo, it just tastes so unbelievably good. And yes, it does activate the Randall cycle, so that's not fantastic because carbs and fat are competing for energy. But it makes me stick on this diet because I want to eat it, right? It makes me want to. And this is the only fruit I eat in the day. So bananas, they have like they don't spike your insulin, that like spike your blood sugar very much. Then it's more of like a stable complex carb, like compared to like an apple. And dates, even though they have a ton of sugar in, it's like 10 grams of sugar per date or something, it's ridiculous. They do have a low glycemic index, so it doesn't spike your insulin. It doesn't spike your blood sugar or anything like that. It gives you energy. It's like got a lot of sugar in it, but it doesn't spike it in the way like an apple or an orange does. So this helps me get stable throughout the entire day without messing up my insulin. But yeah, it's so easy to gain weight or even lose weight with this stuff. This whole thing right here is 2,000 calories. 2,000. I could just eat this dead. It doesn't take me long to eat it, and it's dead nice. When you like have this combo, it's so good. And I just eat it and I almost want more. It's just too good. And it's 2,000 calories, easy for bulking, 115 grams of protein. That's almost an entire day's worth of protein in just one meal. Fantastic. 0 grams of carbs, so it won't mess you up. And then 155 grams of fat. It's got the fat-soluble vitamins. It's got DHA, EPA. Or is that in fish? That might be in fish. It's got D, E, K2, B12, taurine, carnosine, creatine, everything you need. It's all in there. If you just ate this and literally nothing else, like you only ate this, you'll be way better than about 99.9% of people in terms of nutrition, because it's got everything you need. You can live off of this. You are supposed to. So, as I said, all the essential nutrients is fantastic. But yeah, tastes so good. And it's very satiating, as I said, so I don't need to eat for ages. It only bumps the blood sugar. It doesn't spike it ridiculously. It tastes amazing. It doesn't take long to make. It takes about 10 minutes, depending on how you do it. Like I just like cook it up in a pan, and it's so easy to eat. It just tastes amazing, as I said. It's fantastic. So here are some like actionable changes that you can actually make right now, because it's all well and good me giving you the information, but not actually implementing it. Like knowledge, I heard it off this guy called, it's like Ali Alsop or something. I'm sure I'm butchering his name, but he made a video called Stop Pouring, Start Drinking. And he basically said that you can absorb loads of knowledge, but if you don't actually apply it, then it's pointless. So this is something you can do right now. So whatever you're eating for breakfast, if it's not an animal product, just switch it for this. Just eat some eggs and some milk in the morning. So good, it'll give you energy. You'll get the carbs, like from the lactose from the milk, if you're worried about not having carbs, and you'll get the protein and the fat from the eggs. Amazing, perfect source of literally everything. It's a complete animal in an egg. It's amazing. I have servings of 5 eggs at a time, so when I come back from the gym, that's normally my post-workout. So I don't eat this for breakfast, but I know that a lot of people won't want to eat this just by looking at it. Try it and you'll be like, oh my god, it's fantastic, but I know a lot of people will prefer eggs in the morning. So like, say for example, when you wake up first thing and you have to go to school or college or work or something. Like I don't currently, which is fantastic, so I don't have to, like I have different time schedules, I don't have to be out first thing in the morning. But if you do, I know that this might take time and it might, might not want to eat it first thing, like a big heavy meal. So eggs are perfect. Eggs take like 2 minutes to make, down them in about 30 seconds with some milk, perfect. You've got all the nutrition you need, all the energy you need, brilliant. And for lunch, you can swap like your meal deal or something for just some pre-cooked chicken or something. Like you can just get some chicken legs. I used to do this. Get some chicken thighs, like they're quite cheap. They taste fantastic, got a ton of fat in. It's fatty protein, fatty meat, which is way better than lean protein, and it tastes better for a reason. So you can eat this, you can put whatever you want on it, I don't know. I mean, don't put too much on it. And then like seasonings and stuff, because it'll mess you up a little bit. But you can just eat this with maybe some rice if you really need to, or you can have like some beef mince in like a box or whatever. And then you can have some Greek style yogurt as your like afters, like pudding or something, whatever. Amazing. It's just milk essentially, just really good milk, and it's got probiotics in it. Fantastic. And the final thing is the first link in the description will take you to my community, where in the Elite Protocol, I've just made this hour-long guide about the diet and how to implement these foods into your diet. And also I've made this healthy bulking grocery list. So I've changed a few things here, but you can download this and see literally what to eat and how much it is in certain stores and everything. It's fantastic. So that is the first link in the description. It is free right now, so join while you can. I will see you later. Good night.